Today I'm gonna show you exactly how I use ChatGPT in order to craft super high converting creatives, video ad script, essentially hook ideas and all that kind of stuff. Because the thing is that nowadays media buying really has evolved more into content rather than actually technical aspects. So back up a few years ago, for example, 2, 3 years ago, it was very technical. You have to do a lot of interest targeting, you have to do a lot of split tests and stuff like that. Whereas nowadays media buying is very, very simple. I have a previous video show exactly the strategy of 2025, how to run ads, meaning that everything really comes down now to the creative. So you really need to craft essentially your creative, and if you can do that correctly, then essentially you can scale to the moon, right? It's really that simple. But that's where 99% of people get it wrong, because they just essentially craft a few ads randomly. They just display it on Facebook, and then they are surprised that their ROAS is shit. I mean, obviously you need to do your diligence, right? You need to do your testing when it comes to like the creative. In order to do so, you first need to do marketing research, and that's exactly what I use ChatGPT for. I don't really use it for like crafting copy and stuff like that because I prefer Claude. But when it comes to marketing and research, ChatGPT is the king. Is the best because once you have a full breakdown about essentially your audience, what they like, what they don't like, their pain points, their desire, it's so much easier to get amazing results because now all of a sudden you speak essentially the language of the prospect. You know exactly what they want, and then you're just gonna offer essentially the fix for their needs, right? And so today I'm gonna show you exactly how you use ChatGPT in order to get all the information that you need, and also how I use ChatGPT to really get those video ad script or like hook ideas that I can just forward to my clients essentially, and then we make some UGC out of that. We convert like crazy. I recently actually did it for one of my clients. We made a UGC with one of the video script that I got from ChatGPT based on the marketing research that I done, and the ROAS was 3x, right? So this system works, is amazing, is super easy, and today I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. So obviously first you need to have ChatGPT, and I will strongly suggest that to have the pro version, which is $20 per month, because then thanks to the pro version, you have this little feature right here, which is called Deep Marketing Research, right? So if you click that, you can see Deep Research, you essentially are in the new features of ChatGPT. So first things first, make sure that you go from ChatGPT 4.0, you click more models, and you go to ChatGPT 4.5. This is super important because again, we're gonna use the deep research function. This is super important because we're gonna use the deep research function. Then I want you to essentially go ahead and copy and paste this prompt right here. I'm just gonna leave it in the description so you guys can copy and paste. All right, and so the first prompt essentially says that we're gonna give a link, a product page link essentially, and we just want ChatGPT to kind of go through that and really understand more about our products. So I already have like one website right here that we can take stuff. This one right here. So this is their hero product. That's the one that they sell the most. So all I'm gonna do really just copy essentially this link right here, go back to GPT, I'm gonna paste it, and I'm just gonna ask him essentially to understand more about my product, get familiar with it, right? And so it's gonna take a little bit, obviously, but then he's gonna be able to go through your products and he's gonna take essentially all the key elements. All right, so here he asked me once again to share the link, so I'm just gonna share the link. And so now essentially you can go through that and just like find all the key elements for my product. All right, so as you can see now, he is taking all the notes about my product. We essentially have like a breakdown about what it is, you know, flavor, price, name, type, everything like that, key ingredients. Essentially, it's giving me like a full breakdown about my product, right? Because then we're gonna be able to use it to make those like ads later on, right? I need to give ChatGPT some information about my product, so then even when I do, it's gonna do like the marketing research, it's gonna be much easier for you to identify my target audience, right? So I'm just gonna let it run, right? And once it's finished, we're gonna go here and we're gonna take the second prompt, which is this one right here, okay? And like I say here, make sure that you select, in this case, the deep research. So you're just gonna copy this old prompt right here. You're gonna come back to ChatGPT. We're gonna wait for it to finish, and then we're just gonna copy and paste it essentially. And usually it takes a little bit of time. It's probably gonna take about like 20 minutes to do everything. So you just have to sit really and wait. And in the meantime, you can just do something else. You can, you know, go through one of your client's account or whatever you want. But make sure again that you select deep research right here, and then you're just gonna click apply. And once this is done, again, you just wait, go for a coffee, go for something, and then wait for the machine to finish. All right, so it's been about half an hour, and as you can see, ChatGPT just gave me a pretty solid research essentially about my target audience, their pain points, what they like, what they don't like, and all that kind of stuff. And so, what I would suggest you to do right now is to actually take your time and kind of go through the whole thing and really read it, because this is going to give you an amazing idea about your target audience. And you can see, for example, that we have one angle right here, which is digestive and reads and bloating suffers, and it speaks about essentially their core pain points, their desire, what they tried with in the past, which is super, super important, why they will buy, objection, effect. So this is great stuff, right? Effective marketing is great stuff. That's another target audience that we can have, which is low energy individuals. Same thing right here. Then we scroll down, we got busy and biggie averse nutrition seekers, right? And then we scroll down, you probably even have more, yeah, detox audience. So this is all different target audience that could get our product. For each one of them, ChatGPT can actually give essentially the pain points, the desire we're trying to pass, their core belief, potential marketing angles, everything, all right? So this is once again super, super good. And so definitely go through that, read it all. And then afterwards, you can actually use another of this prompt right here, which is this one right here, where you actually ask ChatGPT to pick one of these audience and based on that essentially to create some highly converting hooks. So let's say, for example, I paste this copy and here where it says your audience, right? I have to pick one audience. So let's scroll all the way up. Let's say, for example, I want to pick this order and say, okay, digestive and relief. So I'm just gonna scroll down, I'm gonna replace this, right? And then I'm gonna press enter. Here now I can switch back to 4.0 if I want to. So it's a bit faster and just click. And as you can see, essentially now GPT is creating 10 different hooks that we can use for our static image, for example, as a headline if we want, or we can actually even use this for UGC hooks, right? And that's usually what I use them for, because again, we know the hooks is the most important element inside our UGC, right? Doesn't matter how good the UGC is, if no one is gonna look at it, it's not gonna sell. And the way that actually works in Facebook ads is that you need to have a hook, a strong hook that really stop people from scrolling, get their attention so that they can watch the rest of the video, right? And as you can see, for example, here you have like 10 different hooks, which are super good most of the time. Probably you don't want to just copy and paste them in a document. I would probably do a little bit of research on that as well. So maybe I will just take this and I will tweak it a little bit. But for example, still 55 months pregnant by 5 p.m. It's not normal and it's fixable. Like that's a great hook, especially for a girl. That's a great hook, right? Blood gone, belly flutter, confidence back, just in one scoop a day. Again, this is all amazing stuff if you ask me. Bloated, gassy, uncomfortable, 80% of adults silently suffer too, but you don't have to anymore, right? And this is actually very good because in my opinion, statistics or like science-based stuff essentially works super well. Let's scroll a bit more down. We can have, for example, this one. You're on the shake away from your best guts in 15 years. Why wait? Like this is all great stuff, guys, right? You can now ask ChatGPT to do like, for example, timer hooks, or you can just take those and just put them like in a Google Doc and maybe tweak them a little bit. And if you actually want to create some UGC, then all you have to do really is taking this prompt right here, which I already made for you. Just gonna come back to ChatGPT. You're gonna scroll down, right? And essentially just asking to make a UGC style video around 45 seconds long, all right, text to speech. And you just want to like again take your audience right here. So in this case, we're gonna take the digestive audience right here. We're gonna scroll down, we're gonna replace it, and boom. Now we're just gonna wait once again for ChatGPT essentially to get it done for us. And once again, you don't want to copy and paste what ChatGPT is saying, just use it right away. You probably want to do some tweaks, but in my opinion, usually like a good 60 to 70% of this is good. You always want to tweak it a little bit. Maybe you want to change the hook and you can actually use one of the hook that you go right here. That's usually what I do. And I usually create 3 different hooks per creative, meaning that if this is our skip right here, right, that's the body, that's the hook. I'm gonna add 2 more hooks to essentially this script right here so that we have 3 video ads, and then I'm just gonna place them all together inside one campaign with flexible ads, and then I'm just gonna let it run. So it's one ad set, flexible ads, 3 ads inside, same video, 3 different hooks. Simple as that. And you can see here, for example, ChatGPT is creating like our script, and usually they're pretty solid. So if you actually go to the first one, it says, you know, the awful feeling when your stomach is so bloated you have to unbutton your jeans at lunchtime. Yeah, that was me every single day. Okay, so this is like more a story type of UGC, which they usually always work great. And it didn't matter what I ate, salad, smoothie, even water would blow me like a balloon. I tried probiotics, few drink, gluten-free, nothing worked. And honestly, I was, okay, that's good. Like this is solid. This essentially is addressing like what I tried in the past to make them feel understood. It's like, yeah, guys, I tried that too. You know, I tried all the stuff and I was still like feeling bloated, right? And then we obviously introduced the solution. So middle of the story, pro struggle, solution discovery. Then I found essentially our product, just 1 scoop a day, boom, it fixed it. Okay, within a week, my bloating was gone, my stomach's flatter than ever, blah, blah, blah. Call to action, if bloating's been essentially this, seriously try to risk-free, blah, 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 okay? And then you just have a call to action. This is good. And we literally did it like in a few seconds. Again, you can always tweak it, you can make it a bit longer if you want to. You can add some stuff, right? Based on essentially on the marketing research that we've done here, because I'm sure there is like a lot of golden nuggets in here. But guys, look, this is Good. This is solid stuff, right? You can really start with these, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have results, right? So that's essentially how I'm running media buying nowadays. It's really not like targeting interest, audience, beat couple stuff like that. It's one campaign, CBO. I have like a bunch of ad set. Each ad set has their own creative, which usually are flexible ads. And then I just do marketing research and try to get better creative. That's it. That's how I do marketing strategies and media buy nowadays, and is super super simple. Like if you follow this step with the document that I gave you, it's gonna be super simple for you to get results, right? And if you're a media buyer and you want me personally to help you out to get to like 5, 10K a month working as a media buyer, or if you try, for example, in the past SMA or drop shipping, similar stuff didn't really work, and you would like to become a media buyer, and again get to like 3, 4, 5K per month in the next 90 days, down below you can book a call with me. We can figure out if you're a good fit, and if so, I'm gonna be your mentor for the next 90 days, and essentially I'm gonna help you out finding clients and deliver amazing results. But this being said, guys, I'm gonna leave the document down below so you can just get a copy if you want, and yeah, enjoy essentially marketing. Nowadays it's, like I said, rookie level, so enjoy it till it lasts because it's not gonna be like this forever. And yeah, get amazing results for your clients. See you later.